there really isn't anything out there that really shows what it's like to be a caregiver. And there's nothing that I really relate to in terms of the media or the depictions or the conversations around dementia. A lot of it was around tragedy. And, of course, there's loss in this process. And, of course, there's hardship. But there's also other aspects to this. It's a very, for lack of a better word, I hate this word, but sometimes I'll have to use it, like humanizing, right? It's like something that really puts us in touch with the cycles of life, loss, aging, but also connection, and really starting to come to terms with what your parent or your loved one has been, what they've been through throughout the course of their life. And I wanted to, try to encapsulate some of these things, these experiences that I was witnessing. I wanted to find a way so that people wouldn't necessarily be like instantly like, oh my God, that's so awful. You must, that must just be so hard. And I kind of got tired of that, getting that response from people. I just wanted to say, no, it's part of life, actually. This is part of aging.
All the caregiving happens mostly very quietly at home. And the family caregiver wouldn't go outside to seek supports, even though they have maybe challenging balancing their family and work. I think it's not an option or choice. It's responsibilities to taking care of the elderly in the family. And therefore, we do see ACA's daily work. We serve lots of immigrant families, Asian families, but we do see their big burden, due to the cultural barrier, language barrier. They kind of feel the resource available is not accessible. It's kind of gap. So I think it's challenging for them, just don't know where to seek for help. And so I think based on a lot of things ACA did, we're trying to help create things it's not one person's responsibility or just the sister, and it could be teamwork, it could be efforts from the whole community so that we have more resources putting together for those caregivers and those who needs to be taken care of.
As my journey as a caregiver evolved, and what I had seen was that, especially within my own community, it was all laid on the eldest daughter, especially although I have a brother who was 4 years younger, it was all going to be on me. And for me, it was just a perfect storm of things that happened. First, my father was diagnosed with a debilitating neurological condition. And at the same time, my mother-in-law came to live with me from India. And it was just these challenges that I had to face day to day, and contacting local senior care companies to help with the day-to-day activities was not only something that was so foreign to them, but it was very difficult for me as well.
There is a bigger push to try to meet people where they are, right? To help them meet their goals and discuss with patients and their families kind of what are things that are important to them and how do we help them approach that. And the work that my co-panelists are doing in terms of finding those resources, finding those gaps is really, really important. It's really exciting to hear about. With things like hospital at home, it's, when we're making decisions about people who have complex medical care needs, that, I was talking about the decision of when do we decide that they need to switch residences, and a lot of times that might be driven by other medical factors. But some of these programs that are, I'd say they're still not super widespread in many areas, but can try to bring that sort of care into the home so we're not disrupting those goals or that kind of quality of life for those people as much as possible.
Brought to you in part by Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation, Empart Alliance, and by